everyone, this is DJ. This week we're going to do some myth busting. We're going to talk about rumors, myths, and other such misleading bits of information about the new blended retirement system. As I said in my episode, What is the Blended Retirement System? Nothing has caused more controversy, at least from what I've seen, than this new plan. A great many myths, rumors, and, dare I say it, outright lies have been circulated among barracks lawyers and websites about this new plan. Today, I'm going to describe and debunk some of those myths, rumors, and mistruths. This will not be a comprehensive list, of course, because there are just too many of these rumors out there, but it will cover many of the big ones. In December of 2015, for those who like backstory, I was introduced to a website called newmilitaryretirement.com, which was an attempt to figure out just what the new retirement plan would be. The site was started long before the actual law implementing the plan was passed, so naturally there was a great deal of rumor. Whether the site's owner had read the report published by the Military Commission and Retirement Modernization Commission, let me start over with that, by the Military Compensation and Retirement Modernization Commission, which was published in January of 2015, or not, is completely unknown to me. Based on what I saw on the site, I would imagine he had not. Yes, I'm one of those weirdos that read it. This site, however, led me to do a great deal of research on the new plan. I had actually missed the fact that it had passed in 7 October 2015, and since it was freely available online by this point, I spent my New Year's leave doing a lot of reading. Yes, I'm the guy who reads federal law in order to learn more about retirement. Weird, right? Naturally, my first thought was whether or not the new plan would be beneficial to service members or not. I spent that week developing a calculator which compared the current plan with the new and ran thousands of calculations to learn the answer to the question. I ended up writing a rather long report about the plan. It just kind of evolved. I won't bore you by reading it. I'll focus on the key points, though. I originally intended to post a rebuttal to the aforementioned website's argument that the new plan would be detrimental to service members. I later determined that the site is essentially dead nowadays and never posted that response. I can, however, use the lessons I learned to help you better understand what benefits and risks may be facing you under this new plan. I've got a table posted in the show description from which I'm essentially going to be reading. And if you'd like to follow along, I would recommend that you download that. It's a one-page PDF, so very easy to understand. If you're interested in seeing that now defunct website, you can find a link to it on that table as well. I'm going to pretty much read word for word what is on that comparison. The first two columns on that table that you download will be directly quoting that now dead website. And the last column on the right will be what I have learned, whether or not it's true or not, basically the facts. So I'm going to read through all of that, so forgive me if I'm not looking at the camera, if I'm looking at the screen here to read the material, but just focus on the material, we'll all be good. Alright, the original title of this was Comparing the Current Military Retirement Plan with the New Military Retirement Plan. And that's directly from newmilitaryretirement.com. Like I said, this was an individual's attempt to start an online discussion and figure out what the new plan would be and to talk about it. There was a lot of rumor going on here, and you'll be able to tell that from what I'm about to read. Current plan. According to recent news reports, over time you earn more with the current military retirement plan versus the new military retirement plan. If the reverse was true, they would not be looking at changing it. Myth or rumor. Will likely earn less money during retirement than the plan currently in place. True or false? Mostly true. The retirement plan was changed in order to save the government money, yes. However, the proper use of the Thrift Savings Plan, TSP, will quite possibly result in more money for retirees than it would under the current plan. Current plan. Once you hit 20 years of service, you are eligible to retire and receive lifetime benefits equaling the average of 36 months of pay. Break. Hold on. This was obviously written from an active duty perspective, but if you've been with me for a while, you now can translate that into reserve terms. So everything here that's from an active duty viewpoint, please just translate it into reserve terms and we'll all be good to go. Back into it. I'll read that line again. Once you hit 20 years of service, you are eligible to retire and receive lifetime benefits equaling the average of the last 36 months of pay. The myth. Whether you serve 5 or 25, you will not be eligible to draw retirement until you are 60 to 65 years of age, but you can take your money with you to keep investing. You will be able to withdraw money in the form of health care or in the form of a loan for health care, home buying, and specified emergencies. True or false? Untrue. This statement is referring to the Thrift Savings Plan only. In addition to the TSP, a military pension is still possible under the new plan. The pension is simply a lower rate, 2% per active duty year instead of the current 2.5% per year. And that's 2% of base pay, by the way. Current plan. The current military retirement plan was designed when many personnel left military service and did not, or in some cases, did not have the skills to seek new post-military retirement employment or second career. Getting into a second career is more common now, and the new military retirement plan would allow personnel to leave service even before the 20-year mark for another career and continue to build retirement savings they started to accrue while serving. That was the rumor part. Let me just start that over again. Current plan. The current military retirement plan was designed when The current military retirement plan was designed when many personnel left military service and did not seek, or in some cases did not have the skills to get post-military retirement employment or second career. Myth or rumor. Getting into a second career is more common now, and the new military retirement plan will allow personnel to leave service even before the 20-year mark for another career and continue to build the retirement savings they started to accrue while serving. True or false? Mostly true. If the service member is vested, meaning he has at least 2 years of military service, the member can roll their contributions, matching funds, and earnings into another qualified plan or leave it in the TSP. Current plan. The current military retirement plan was designed at a time when military pay was not necessarily competitive with the private sector. Myth or rumor. The new military retirement plan is being designed at a time when military pay is in the top 25% of pay for high school graduates, enlisted, and college graduates, officers. True or false? Mostly true. Military pay is quite competitive with many equivalent civilian careers and their corresponding rates of pay. In many cases, it is not possible to compare military career paths with those in the civilian market. Current plan. If you leave service prior to hitting the 20-year mark, you receive none of the retirement money that you earned over the course of your time in service. Myth or rumor? If you leave service prior to the 20-year mark, you will get to take the retirement money that you earned with you. True or false? Mostly true. This statement implies that the new plan is a pure 401k type of plan. In fact, there is still a pension component. If the member leaves service with less than 20 years, he will not receive the pension, but the TSP component is completely portable if he is vested, meaning at least 2 years of service. Current plan. You have less of a chance of your retirement money earning more money through investing. Myth or rumor? You will be able to choose how you would like to invest your money through TSP on a yearly basis. True or false? Mostly true. Funds going into the TSP are invested in the life cycle fund by default, but the member will have the capability of shifting the money to other funds within the TSP. Contributions to the funds may be changed at any time through the MyPay website. The distribution of shares within funds may be changed twice a month through the tsp.gov website. Let me break for a second. It's implying that you would not be able to make enough money through investing to match or exceed the military pension, and that is a statement that is so full of variables that it's impossible to say yes or no. It all depends on where you put your money and your risk for your tolerance risk. But again, I did run the calculations, and from what I saw, it was quite possible to make up for the difference in the current pension and the new pension. So things don't look bad for the new plan. Back to it. Current plan. Participation in the thrift savings plan is an optional way to invest some additional money towards your future through the U.S. military's version of the 401k style account. Myth or rumor? Participation in the thrift savings plan will be mandatory, and the government will contribute a defined contribution into your account. Current estimates are that the contribution may be 16.5% of base pay. True or false? Untrue. TSP contribution or TSP participation is not mandatory. Enrollment will be automatic at the first of each year, but the member may disenroll at will. The member may remain and continue to contribute additional funds and can receive matching funds of up to 5%. That's 1% automatic and 4% for the first 5% that you contribute. 3% for the first 3% and 0.5% for the next 2%. And don't worry, I'll go into more of how that works in another episode. The matching funds will continue through the 26th year of service. Current plan. Retirement benefits are not greater for personnel serving in high-risk jobs, on combat deployments, or hardship tours. Whether you sit behind a desk for 20 years or you clear routes of improvised explosive devices for 20 years, both would get the same retirement. Myth or rumor? Contributions into TSP by the government may be increased for personnel deployed to combat zones, on hardship tours, or possibly with higher risk jobs. True or false? Untrue at this time. The possibility of higher government contributions has been discussed, but there is currently no mention in the new law, both the National Defense Authorization Act for 2016 and 2017, of such a circumstance. That is untrue at this time. Current plan. Knowing that you will receive 50% of your pay when you retire with at least 20 years of service may be a benefit to serving in the military longer. Myth or rumor? There is no benefit to staying in 20 years other than the additional contributions by the government into your TSP account. True or false? Untrue. As stated previously, in addition to TSP, there will still be a pension available to members with 20 or more years of qualifying service. Current plan. Lifetime benefit of 50% of your last 3 years of base pay is something to be counted on, that can be counted on. Myth or rumor? With your retirement money being invested in bonds, mutual funds, etc., there would be no extra protection against market fluctuations, meaning that you could make money or just as easily lose money. True or false? Mostly untrue. The 20-year pension still provides a guaranteed income. The funds within the TSP are subject to market fluctuations, true, but have historically tended to increase over time. Proper management of the TSP can significantly reduce the potential for losses. That's it for the myths, rumors, and other such for the new blended retirement system. As you see, a lot of it was based on just innuendo, barracks lawyer, supposition, and the like. Hopefully that's helped clear away some of the brush cluttering your path. I'd like to hear what you think of this and whether it helped or hurt in your understanding of how the blended retirement system will work. And I hope it's ultimately beneficial to you and something that you can use to teach your service members in your branch some of the things they need to know about this new plan so they can make an informed decision when the time comes. Next week, I'm going to discuss in detail the effects the blended retirement system will have on your military pension. You can get a head start on this topic by reviewing my episode calculating your retired pay under the blended retirement system. Please join me for this next episode. Same bat time, same bat channel. Does anyone get that reference, by the way? Thanks for joining me today, and of course, thank you for your service.
If you liked what you heard on today's episode, then please go below and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please let other people know about this channel and the information it can provide for them. If you have questions or comments, then have no qualms about posting them in the comments section below. Please remember the RC Retirement YouTube channel and the RC Retirement website are not recognized or endorsed by the Department of Defense, the Department of Veterans Affairs, or any other government agency. The information presented in these resources are for entertainment and informational purposes only. Also, the content of either of these resources should not be considered financial or legal advice. Please consult with your own legal counsel, accountant, and financial planner before making any decisions based on what you have learned here. As always, thank you for watching the RC Retirement YouTube channel.